Okay, it's 6:30. At this time, I'd like to open the Physical Services Committee meeting for February 6th. Please call the roll.
Counselor Hill.
He is excused.
Counselor Burridge.
Here.
Counselor Walker.
Here.
Counselor Gozick.
Here.
I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of the January 17, 2023 committee meeting. Counselor Walker, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Any old business to attend to? Seeing none. Item number 1, under communication, Tim Rice, Commissioner of Public Works and Parks and Recreation, has received a request from Lori Hunt to add a second plaque to an existing bench in Brightbeck Park for Shirley Leroy Winterhold. Seems pretty straightforward. Just wants to add a plaque. Anybody have any questions or concerns on this one? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Gozick, Counselor Walker.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Item 2, the Special Events Committee, through the Office of Economic Development, received a request from the Greater Oswego-Fulton Chamber of Commerce for the use of public space and road closures for the annual weekly farmers market to be held on Thursdays beginning June 8th, 2023 to October 12th, 2023. Again, this is something that we get every year. Any questions or concerns about the farmers market using First Street again? From the public? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Walker.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Item number 3, the Special Events Committee, through the Office of Economic Development, received a request from Katrina DeBaum of the Oswego County Humane Society to host a 5K walk/run fundraiser to be held on April 30th, 2023. I did want to add, those are the notes that we have in our packet. I did want to add that the route is going to be throughout Brightbeck Park and Wright's Landing. So it's not going to be on city streets. So it's basically a big circular route between Brightbeck and Wright's Landing. And they also will be needing the pavilion, which they will be paying for. Any questions on this one from the public? Can I have a motion? Counselor Gozick, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
Any other business? Seeing none, can I have a motion to adjourn? Counselor Walker, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Counselor Walker.
Yes.
Counselor Gozick.
Yes.
All right, let me change hats to the next meeting. All right, I want to call the Administrative Services Committee meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Counselor Cordino.
Here.
Counselor McBrearty.
Here.
Counselor Hill.
He's excused.
Counselor Plunkett.
Here.
Counselor Burridge.
Here. I'd like a motion to approve the minutes of the January 17, 2023 committee meeting. Counselor Plunkett, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Any old business? Seeing none. Item number 1, under communication, City Engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests authorization for the mayor to sign change order number 2 with Delta Engineers, Architect, and Land Surveyors for the Phase 2 International Pier Improvements Project in the amount of $109,884.31. Is Mr. Hinderleiter here? I do not see him. As you could read in our packet that we got on Friday, this is a change order that will increase the amount for the contract to $109,884. As you know, we've been working on the Phase 2 part of the pier improvements, and this is just paying for those improvements to the architect. Any questions from the council on this? From the public? Can I have a motion? Counselor McBrearty, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Cordino.
Yes.
Counselor McBrearty.
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett.
Yes.
Counselor Burridge.
Yes.
Item number 2, City Engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests authorization for the mayor to sign change order number 3 with W.D. Malone Trucking and Excavating Incorporated for the Phase 2 International Pier Improvements Project in the amount of $89,382.75. Again, it was explained in our packet about this one that there was a clerical error in a previous change order, and that this amount of $89,382.75 was actually deducted instead of added. So it's basically correcting a clerical error. Any questions about this particular change order from the council, from the public? Can I have a motion, please? Councilor McBurney, Councilor Plunkett.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor McBurney?
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Item number 3, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. seeks approval of the 2023 City of Oswego paving plan and authorization to use the Onondaga County Purchasing 2023 approved paving contract. Any questions or concerns? Councilor Walker.
Yes, I talked to the mayor recently, and we both came to a conclusion it should go from Dewar Street. They're gonna do from Bridge to Bunner. He forgot to put the last 2 blocks in. He wanted to do the whole run. So I'd like to amend that.
So that would include going from Bridge, you're going Bridge, Cayuga, or Oneida?
Bridge, Oneida, Mohawk, Utica, Albany.
Because currently it's written up as
Yeah.
Albany through Bunner Street.
Yes, he wanted to go the rest of the way. So,
All right, you look like an honest man. I guess we can trust you on this one.
okay.
Any questions or concerns about amending this particular resolution?
I
Yes.
also spoke to the mayor. We have the northernmost leg of Water Street between the water plant and Lago, needs to be repaved, and he said he could add that on.
Oh, really?
It's
Anybody else want anything added?
My driveway?
So once again, what was that again? Water Street?
It's the northernmost leg of Water Street, that last block that runs between West Schuyler and the cement plant, behind the water treatment plant.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is Water Street. It's an unused, it's not a very popular Water Street. The Water Street I think of is the one that's near Old City
I
Hall.
understand.
But this is farther north,
Correct.
and it's actually
My
doesn't,
understanding is that, I may be incorrect, and I will find out, but that's the block I'm talking about. When we talked about it last time, it was referred to as.
yes,
Jeff,
it does have a separate name?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of what it is, but I think there's a separate name for that street. It runs behind the plant going down to Sprague Energy. It's an odd name. It's like a block long where it goes from the dance studio there down to Sprague Energy. I don't think it's
Well-
called Water Street, I think it has a separate name.
Well, at this point, Counselor, would you mind if we just add Counselor Walker's amendment, and then we could amend yours once we get the name of the street next week? And
sounds good.
how's that?
Thank you.
Is that acceptable to everybody on the council? Public? Sounds good. All right, so again, Counselor Walker, you want to do what now?
Amend the Dewar Street project from Albany to Bridge.
And now we'll go from Bridge all the way to Bunner Street.
Bunner, correct.
There's actually no resolution written yet, so technically, I guess we wouldn't have to amend. The resolution won't be ready until next week.
Okay,
So
well then,
it's up to you, though.
well, we can just have it in the,
Yeah.
In
the
archive.
record for the,
notes, and we'll get it-
for the
get it
committee,
figured out, yeah.
that we're going to do that. All right, well then, in that case, I'd like a motion to approve this. Approve, I mean, as our clerk just mentioned, we're just approving, we're seeking approval to put it out to Onondaga County for purchasing. So that's all we're doing right now at this point, okay? So again, can I have a motion? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Plunkett.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor McBurney?
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes. Item number 4, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests authorization to execute Copan Incorporated sales proposal for the new playground at Rotary Park and authorize City Chamberlain Deborah Code to make payments as outlined in the contract. Is there anyone here to speak to it? Okay. We have economic development personnel here? Yes.
Yes, thank you. think you have the information in your packet, but I did want to just mention that we've had a lot of conversations with the folks. It's a local-owned business company that is doing the playground. I want to thank Warren and Lisa Shaw, who are here as well. It's been something they've been really encouraging the city to utilize that space, and just as a reminder, it's over at Leota Park. So excited to have it done, and we should have it done by the end of the summer, is my understanding. So, yes. Oh.
Is it Leota Park or is it Rotary Park?
My understanding is that can be used interchangeably. It is formally Leota Park. Many people refer to it as Rotary Park, and that is on some of the naming as well. So use both names.
It's both. It's been both.
All right, thank you. Anybody else in the audience that would like to speak to this? Nothing, Warren? Come on, you retired teachers always like to say something.
That's not true. We like to stay out of the limelight if we can. I just wanted to mention that we've, over the past several years, Rotary has worked pretty diligently to add quite a few things to that park and, build a gazebo, add the guardhouse. The city's worked a great collaboration in adding things. Jeff's been very cooperative in helping with stuff over there. It's been a good mutual effort on trying to make what I think is as a gateway to our city just look nicer. The Peace Garden, we maintain the Peace Garden every year, which I think you guys all think looks pretty nice, I would think. So it's just something we'd like to take it to the next level. The mayor's was very supportive in that whole process because we talked about how there's a lot of parks in the city, but there really isn't anything for the real little ones. And so the emphasis was on creating something that the little tykes could go to and really enjoy, as well as a place for people coming into the city that wanted to stop, look at what we had in terms of the Harbor Rail Trail, look at all the locomotive stuff that's there, and just enjoy a stop there with their families and understand that Oswego's a nice place to visit.
All right, thank you. And on behalf of the council, I'd like to thank the Rotary for all their diligent work on that. I think we all go by there and see the beautiful flowers and all the renovations you've done there, so thank you very much. Any other concerns or questions? Yes, Councilor Walker.
Well, I'm thinking of traffic. That is a very heavily trafficked road. So I'm thinking if we're gonna have to bring this to traffic committee and maybe do some of them signs, crosswalks, you hit it, the lights flash. I'm really thinking we should do that because kids are gonna be running across that street. So
Yeah.
we'll bring that to traffic.
Very good point, you're right. It probably should go to
Especially
traffic.
with little kids. I mean, we gotta do our diligence on that.
Councilor Gozick?
As long as Councilor Walker's bringing up safety concerns, I can't help but recollect that not that long ago, about 20 years ago, I worked on a project in Big Turn before I was a teacher even, long before I was on the city council, where we did historical signage along the river and the waterfront. A couple of the, well, it was mandated, we had to do historical panels. I did historical research to help with all the panels on the river and the ones right across from the tea company. And if you don't know, most of you, I'm sure older people here know, would remember that those were brown signs, right? And those were, they tore the factories down, the CLA factory, and in that area.
Cyclotherm.
Cyclotherm, whatever it was, they tore them down. And I just wonder, is the soil quality? I mean, has it been tested? Is it safe? Because as far as I know, it wasn't done properly. And that was part of the reason why we had to educate people about those old factories. They weren't considering all the history of Oswego as it kind of irked me a little bit that we had to dedicate a couple panels to old, like robber barons from the Gilded Age that, had their factories up. And but the reality is, I'm concerned that those sites could be polluted. Does anybody know they checked? Or anybody knows that's the environmental study? I'm just concerned about the soil quality for children playing.
No, I don't think there's an answer for that. There's no one here that can answer that.
I can say that for the most part, most of the factory, the cyclotherm stuff was further to the south of where the park area is located. That's always been pretty much vacant. There was no building there. I don't know if you remember back, but for years, that was just kind of sitting there as a vacant kind of ugly spot. And the rail part went into it with the trestle look and all the railroad information. But the space directly to the south
I worked on that project, I wouldn't even realize that if it wasn't for the case, and I thought that there had been, I don't want to cast aspersion on any former administration, but that there had been some improprieties in the way that it was handled initially, and that was part of the concerns that it wasn't properly cleaned. Maybe I'm just bringing it up with little children, the little children are gonna be playing there, you know, it'd be a concern for me if the soil was somehow contaminated. I just don't know if it's possible to have it tested and make sure. I mean, I'm all for the park leaving.
One of the things that's planned too is the area that the kids will be playing on will be completely sealed with rubber material, so that they won't even actually be playing on the ground, they'll be playing on a brand new synthetic surface that will cover the whole ground area.
So there won't be any kids digging in the dirt?
Don't dig into the dirt.
Okay, I think that kind of solves that problem. Anybody else have any concerns? Seeing none, can I have a motion, please? Counselor Plunkett, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor McBurdy?
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes. Item number 5, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests authorization for City Chamberlain Deborah Code to use $80,000 in city ARPA funding to pay for the new Rotary Park Playground, and further authorization to complete a budget amendment in the amount of $120,000 to the Parks Contracted Services account to pay the balance. As you all saw in our packet, the cost for this playground is $199,998.70. So with those two entries, 80 and 120 gets us to 200,000 with 30 cents to spare. So anybody have any questions on this resolution? From the council, from the public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor Burridge, Counselor Plunkett.
Counselor Cordino?
Yes.
Counselor McBurdy?
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes. Item number 6, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests a budget amendment in the amount of $12,490 for new flooring for the Safe Haven Holocaust Refugee Shelter Museum. Is there anybody here to speak to this? Step right up.
Move this down a little bit. I'm Audrey Hurley. I live at 80 Ellen Street, right in Oswego, and I've been a resident of Oswego for 46 years, despite my downstate dialect. I want to thank the mayor for inviting me to address the Administrative Services Committee regarding my request for funds in the amount of $12,490 from the city for a new floor in the large exhibit room and main office of the Safe Haven Holocaust Refugee Shelter Museum. We see ourselves in partnership with the city of Oswego. The city owns our site, and the museum has been entrusted to document the city of Oswego's role as the only refugee shelter in the United States to protect Holocaust victims during World War II. That is both an honor and a responsibility. As a non-denominational 501c3 nonprofit museum with a limited operating budget, we depend on donations and grants to support our updates, programs, and projects at the museum. The floor in the high-traffic main greeting area has not been replaced in well over 2 decades. It is dated, it's old, and it's worn, and how we present the museum to the public is so important, particularly in the large welcoming room and theater. The museum board has been very busy in the last 2 years with improvements and events that put a spotlight on Oswego and its Safe Haven Museum, including a grant-funded, completely renovated, high-tech exhibit area. In August 2022, the museum gained extraordinary public exposure by partnering with WCNY to broadcast a pre-screening of Ken Burns' The U.S. and the Holocaust, in which our Fort Ontario shelter refugees were featured. And this past October, the museum hosted an on-site reopening event and museum tour for an unprecedented 150-plus guests and public dignitaries. In preparation, the museum took on the added expense of completely refurbishing its landscaping and its exterior paint and polish. We also thank Tim Rice and his DPW staff for the urgent replacement of the front sidewalk area to enhance the museum's safety and facade before our ribbon-cutting ceremony. Our special partnership with the city is very important to us. Oswego Safe Haven Holocaust Shelter Museum is an extraordinary facility and a growing destination, attracting visitors across the state, the country, and even internationally. In June 2021, despite a delayed post-pandemic reopening, we welcomed a healthy half year of 1,227 visitors. But 2022 proved to be one of our best years overall, with over 2,100 eager visitors. Again, in partnership, our museum visitors also contribute to Oswego's economy and tourism by patronizing our hotels, restaurants, and other sites in the city. And the museum visitors are also great ambassadors for our region, encouraging friends and family to visit the museum and our city. The aging floor and carpet do not stand up well to the increased visitor traffic, and during any inclement weather, the soiled carpet emits a damp, dank odor. Both types of flooring are showing their wear in ways that degrade the beauty and the sophistication of the new exhibit area and the museum itself. I hope you will support the museum's increasing value and continue to invest in its potential. Our unique, remarkable, hopefully fully renovated museum is an impressive attraction and will continue to draw nationwide visitors to Oswego for all of the very best reasons. I often think of Oswego and its generous people in a time of war and isolation as the original Come From Away, a community that had nearly 1,000 desperate people unexpectedly descend upon them with needs that only Oswegonians could provide, and they answered that call. A testament of this community's contribution is honored throughout the exhibits at the museum. The Safe Haven Holocaust Refugee Shelter Museum is truly the city of Oswego's treasure. The Safe Haven Holocaust Museum is not only a treasure, but it chronicles a nugget of history that no other Holocaust museum in the United States can ever claim. That unique, proud place in history remains Oswego's alone. And our museum also carries a universal message of humanitarian outreach that this community exemplified. And I believe that with periodic upkeep and updates, our cherished museum will sustain its inherent mission as a guidepost for future generations. Thank you for your time and your interest in considering this request.
Thank you. Anybody on the council have any questions for Audrey at this point? The public? Anybody in the public? Well, thank you for coming and explaining everything and for your service to our community. Just as a clarification, as Audrey said, the current flooring is showing its age, and I guess it has some issues with smelling. But the new flooring is, according to this quote, is going to be cobalt Kananga vinyl plank flooring. So it will be that new type of, well, we have it here, I think at City Hall, vinyl plank. So it probably will hold up better than carpeting and some of the other flooring.
That's what they promised.
We'll see. Again, any questions from the council? Public? Can I have a motion, please? Counselor McBurney, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor McBurney?
Yes.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Item number 7, Mayor William J. Barlow Jr. requests an executive session for the discussion of the proposed acquisition, sale, or lease of real property. At this time, I'd like a motion to go into executive session. Counselor Plunkett, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Corodino?
Yes.
Counselor McBurney? Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Thank you.